Good morning, everyone. So today is my odd week where I teach on Monday because I have my treatment today. In any case, this is a 30-minute Tai Chi class. And you can, I have some weights here, different size weights. If you have something handy, 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 5 pound, at some point we'll pick up the weights and I invite you, if you want to, use weights. If you don't, you can do you can do this whole routine without the weights. But if you want to get some upper body work, I'll show you when to pick up weights and get some upper body work done. So the class is going to first consist of kind of a warm up where I'm going to pick a couple of different moves of forms, and I'm going to break them down into the component parts. And after I do that for about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to go into two different Yang style forms. We've been working in the past on one of the 9-form, the Roger Yanka 9-style Yang 9-style form. Today, we're going to be working on a more traditional 9-form. It's by David Dorian Ross, his version of the 9-form, which is really much more traditional than what we've been working on, the Roger Yang style. Don't worry about getting anything right. There's nothing to learn. You don't have to learn anything. You don't have to memorize anything. The only reason I point this out, I just point it out because I like people to know that if you see different Tai Chi demonstrations and somebody says they're doing a 9-form, it might be different. It'll be similar, but it might be different than what you're getting here. But it depends on whose version of the 9-style Yang they're using, okay? Forget all that. Don't even worry about it. So we're going to go through the 9-form once, and then I'm going to invite you to pick up the weights and do it with weights. After we do the two 9-style forms, we're going to do a really traditional 24-style Yang-style form. I'll go through it once without weights, and then I'll invite you to pick up weights and go through it again. But don't worry about getting anything right. The most important thing is to keep breathing, to keep moving in that slow dance, doing the slow dance of Tai Chi with the weight shift, coordinating the inhalation with the exhalation, with the inhalation with the exhalation. So let's take a nice big breath and exhale all the air from the lungs. And then we're going to sink the chi. Let the arms float up to the side, inhaling up, hugging a tree like you're hugging a tree, and then exhale. Sink the chi down through the center of the body, through the legs and the feet. Inhale up. Exhale down. If you need to breathe differently, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I like to try to keep one whole breath all the way up to here and then exhale. And let's let the arms float up in the front of the body. Inhaling. And then hugging the tree, opening the arms. And let this hand come under and this hand over, embracing the moon. And then we're going to let the hands float like clouds. I'm going to watch my hands float across the sky. I'm going to inhale in one direction, and I'm going to exhale in the other direction. Now this time when I'm over here, I'm going to form my hook, and I'm going to do a single whip without stepping out. I'm breaking this down into into small elements. So first we're going to do it just shifting the weight from side to side. Inhale and exhale. Then let the hook go and go into your cloud hands. We'll do 2 cloud hands. 1, and then we're going to form our hook on the other side, and we're going to do our single whip. This is called the single whip. I'm breaking it down. I'm not stepping out. I'm just doing a nice easy warm-up first. Inhale this way. And exhale that way. Let the hook go and find 2 cloud hands. Form your hook. And we'll repeat. I'm watching my hand the whole time. After the third one, which is this one, after this third one, we're going to go up and over, and the snake is going to creep through the grass. Inhale up, exhale down and across. After the third one, we're going to let go of the hook and find our two cloud hands. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to form our hook, and then we're going to do our single whip this side. As I watch my hand, and I turn my torso in, a little relaxation there. Now up and over, and the snake creeps through the grass or crawls through the grass. And after this third one, let the hook go and your cloud hands. We'll do one more cloud hand. And then we're going to hug the tree, open the arms out to the side, and sink the chi. Now, the next time we go through it, if you want, you can pick up your weights. I'm going to start with 2-pounders. If you want heavier weights, you can pick up heavier weights. Or put the weights down, or work with lighter weights. Arms up in the front. So we're going to work through that again, but this time we're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to do our cloud hands. I'll do 4 of them. 1, 2. Now this time, when I form my hook, I'm going to step in. And now I'm going to do a regular single whip where I step out. And I shift my weight, lunge over that leg, and then over this leg. After the third one, we let go of the hook, and we do our 2 cloud hands. And on the other side, we step in, form the hook. Nice, Andy. Nice for the people I can see. I only see Andy today. It's all right. And cloud hands. After the second one, we form our hook and we step in and we step out there and we do 3. After the third one, we're going to go up and over. One more. I'm beginning to feel the weight out here. Now I'm going to go up and over. And I'm going to go down. Now, how far down do you want to go? Up to you. You could just bend the knees just a little bit. You could bend them a little bit more. Or you could take a wider stance, turn your toes in maybe, and sink down lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. After the third one, we're going to come over here. Whoa, I just dropped my weight. Come over here and do our hand. And then we're going to come up and over. Snake crawls through the grass. After the third one, let go of the hook, cloud hands. Form your hook on this side, step in, inhale, and exhale. The nice thing about these weights, when you drop them like I just did, they don't bong on the floor, which is really nice. Up and over. How far down you want to go? Up to you. Inhale up, exhale down. Now your single whip and up and over. Snake crawls through the grass. After the third one, let go of the hook, cloud hands. Now I'm going to hug the tree, come to center, open the arms, inhale, and exhale. Now maybe you want to put the weights down, or maybe even pick up heavier ones. Now let's let the weights go. So I want to do something called, I'm going to break it down. It starts with embracing the moon. We're going to step out. We're going to turn the torso and let that arm float up. That's ward off. This is the first part of grasp the bird's tail. So the first part is warding off, like you're warding off an enemy. Then you're going to reach under. One hand goes up, one hand goes down to the other side, stepping in, forming the, embracing the moon. Ward off. We do it 3 times, only because we're breaking it down. When we put it together, we're only going to do it once, but right now we're just breaking it down. Reach under, one up, one down to get to the other side. This time we're going to do 1 ward off. Then we're going to reach up and stroke the bird's tail. This is the second part. Now we're going to reach under, one hand up, one hand down to get to the other side. 1 ward off, the first part, ward off. The second part, stroke the bird's tail. Then 1 hand under, up and over, double spiral, that's called. We're going to put the third part together. Ward off, stroke the bird's tail, and then the wrist push against each other. Then you reach under, up and over, double spiral. First part, ward off. Reach under. Now we're going to put the last part together. First the ward off. Stroke the bird's tail. The wrist. Then we clear the hands, we pull back the elbows, and then we push through and then up, and then we bring our hands right to the center to get to the other side. So we're going to be doing this move when we go into the 9 form and the 24 form. So it's good that we're kind of practicing it here. Hands back to center, open the heart, and sink the chi. Pick up some weights if you want, or not. Inhale up, and sink the chi. Yeah, I got my 5-pounders now, a little more. All right, so our body should be nice and warm. We'll get ready to do the first 9. No, before we do the 9 form, I want to do one more. I want to break down or show you one more thing. So, starting with the embracing the moon, this is stepping into the corner, and this is called the fair lady works the shuttles. To get to the other side, I go just rotate on the heel, come to the other side, step into the corner, and the fair lady works the shuttles. Now this goes, then we're going to go into something called, we turn around this way, we take the weight off that foot, we bring it in, and we dive into the sea bottom. We come up, and we do fair lady works the shuttles again. Don't worry about getting it right, no right or wrong. Then to go into the C bottom, first we turn in this direction, we take the weight off that foot, we bring it in, we rotate around, and we go down the other way. So we'll be bringing that into the 24 form. But let's start with our first move in the 9 form, and it's simply called opening the door. Inhale up, and exhale down, sink down. Then we're going to do a move, inhale up, and we're going to do a move called repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. Other side, the hand goes down, it comes up as we repulse the monkey. Now we're going to do a move called brush the knee. So we brush the knee and push the hand out. Then we sit back, bring the hands around, other side, and brush knee and push. Come back and go to the other side, and we're going to part the wild horse's mane. Part the wild horse's mane. Other side. Like you're parting a mane of a horse. And now we're going to go into our cloud hands. 1, 2, 3 on that side, and now other side. 1, 2, and 3. Now, balance on this leg. Put your weight on this leg, and here's the rooster. Stands on one leg. Other side. Rooster stands on one leg if he doesn't lose his balance. Then we're going to go on and balance on the other side. Take the hands across and do a front kick. Bring it back and get to the other side. Cross the hands and front kick. And now we're going to part the wild horse's mane again. Other side. It's like throwing a frisbee. It's like throwing a frisbee. After you part the mane, you throw the frisbee out there. And now we're going to do our ward off. Stroke the bird's tail. Clear the hands. And other side. Come to the center for our closing move, and close the door as the last move. Now I invite you to pick up weights and try it with weights. I'm going to start with my 2-pounders here. So I'm going to take a nice big inhalation, shift my weight, and step out. Any side, it doesn't matter which side you step out to. And then inhale up, open the door. Sink down. And then we're going to repulse the monkey. And then we're going to brush the knee. To get to the other side, I sit back, take my hands across, and I brush the knee. Now I'm going to form my part the wild horse's mane, parting the mane right there. And that hand goes like a frisbee, that hand goes down. Sit back on the heel, rotate, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, rotate, and we're going to go into our cloud hands. 1, 2, 3 on that side. 3 on this side. And now I'm going to do my golden rooster, standing on one leg. Other side. And now I'm going to do my kicks, balance, and kick. Bring it in. If you lose your balance, that's okay. And now we're going to do our stroke the bird's tail. First we ward off, stroke the bird's tail, wrist, clear the hands, bring the hands to center, other side, embrace the moon. So as you can see, this 9 form is a little bit different than the one we've been doing. Pretty much the same. And then we do our closing move, crossing the hands. And closing the door. You can put the weights down, or you can pick up heavier weights to finish sinking the chi. Now you remember the fair lady working the shuttles? Then we turn, take the weight off that leg, swing around, and dive into the sea bottom. And we're going to do it on this side first. Fair lady works the shuttles. Around, take the weight off that leg, bring it in, around, and dive into the sea bottom. Up, open, and sink the chi. So I throw those last 2 moves in there. I'm not sure why I did that, because it'll help us when we do the 24 form. All right, to go into the 24 form, we're going to start, it starts the same way the 9 form does. Opening the door. But this time we go into forming the bracing the moon, and we do our part the horse's mane. So this is a little different than the other one, than the 9 form. Other side, sit back. Part the wild horse's mane. And now step back and let the white crane flash its wings. White crane flashes wings. Other side. White crane flashes wings. Now we're going to do our brush knee move. Sit back, let the hands come across. Form the moon, embrace the moon. Brush knee. Sit back. And now we're going to do a move called play the pipa. One heel in the corner, one hand over the front foot, and the other hand over the knee. Let's do it on the other side, all in one big time. And now we're going to repulse the monkey, moving back, stepping back away from your camera. And now we're going to go into grasp the bird's tail. First we ward off, stroke the tail, wrist, clear hands, pull back, lift the front foot, push through, and hands to the center, embrace the moon, ward off, Don't forget your inhale and exhale. I inhale back, and I exhale forward. Now I go back to center. I hook for my hook, and I'm going to do 2 cloud hands. 1, 2. And then I'm going to form a whip, my single whip, form the hook. 2 cloud hands. 1, 2. Form your hook. Cloud hands, moving. Other direction. And now we're going to give a high pat on the horse. This hand comes right under the Kantien and pat the horse. Come back, balance, kick out, come back, box the ears of your opponent. Other side. This time we're not going to box the ears, we're going to do our kick. And then we're going to go into the snake crawls down the tree. The snake is crawling down the tree. And then we're going to turn and bring this hand up into the rooster, standing on one leg. Snake crawls down the tree in the other direction. We turn toward that hand, and the rooster stands on one leg. And the fair maiden works the shuttles. Other direction. And we go down to the sea bottom. And the fair maiden works the shuttles. And now the arms flash like the arms like a fan. Flash arms like a fan moving. Then turn, deflect, parry, and punch. And then look almost like you're at the end of stroke the bird's tail, cross hands, and sink the chi. That's the closing form. That's the last form. If you want to go through it with weights, I'm going to try the lower weights. So, nice big inhalation. Shift the weight onto one side. I don't care which side. Step out and open the door. I lost my music, it sounds like. So we'll do it without music this time. That's okay. We're parting the wild horse's mane. Parting the wild horse's mane. And then the white crane flashes its wings. The white crane flashes its wings. And then I am going to do it one more time. Maybe I'll put some wings into it. And now I'm going to brush knee. Other side. And now I'm going to play the pipa. Play the pipa. One hand over the foot, one hand over the knee. Now I'm going to repulse the monkey, moving away from the camera. I'll do one more. And then I am going to go into the high pat. I'm going to grasp the bird's tail, actually. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off. Hands come across. Do this side. Inhaling and exhaling. Ah. Open the heart and do 2 cloud hands. 1, 2, and form your hook and do a single whip. Moving with cloud hands. Other direction. Watch the hands float like clouds. Form your hook and a single whip in this direction. Round the back. Inhale and high pat on the horse. One hand under the belly button and the other hand pats the horse. Other side. Now we're going to kick out, balance, kick, and box the ears of your opponent. The other side, we don't box the ears of the opponent. We just do the kick. And then when we come in, we form our hook, and we step way out, and we let the snake crawl down the tree. And then we turn toward that hand, and we do rooster, stands on one leg. Form your hook, and the snake crawls down the tree. Face that hand, rooster, stands on one leg. Inhale, and let the fair maiden work the shuttles. And to get to the C bottom, we turn, take the weight off that leg, step in and around, and dive into the C bottom. And the fair lady works the shuttles. To get to the C bottom, you turn around, take the weight off the leg, step in, step around, and into the C bottom. And the arms flash like fans. We turn, we deflect, parry, and punch. Sit back, cross hands, inhale, and close the door. That was the 24 form, more traditional than the one we've been doing, very similar. They're all just a little bit different.